Hi, I'm host Eric. I'm the host of Talking with Famous People. And I'm here with Horse Mumbler. Today we're going to discuss people's expectations of others' expectations. So I got a typically INTP text from Horse Mumbler this morning in which he heaped scorn upon his own failings yesterday. Failings that I did not notice failings at all. And it made me think about people's expectations of others' expectations. Like, he clearly thinks that I have some sort of expectations I don't have, right? Um, so I decided to taxonomy a bit here. And I came up with, like, two, I guess you'd say, verbs. You know, extrapolate or project is one thing that can happen. Extrapolate from your own experience. Like, it really bugs me when people touch my lighter. So it must bug him a lot when I touch his lighter. That's one possible way people can misconceive expectations. I don't think that's the case here, really. Project, like, well, you must think my hair is ugly because I think my hair is ugly. Something like that. Or FE frame assumption, that is to say, well, there's got to be a universal thing that everybody's bugged by and everybody likes, you know. So basically, manners, you know, like everybody likes it when you acknowledge them, and nobody likes it when you shame them or something. That's one that's not necessarily the case because not everybody's FE. The other thing that's assumed by Fs anyway is FI awareness, that you know what you want, that you have something that you want, and that you care a lot about that thing. So let's start with those. Any thoughts for small word?
Nothing I think of. None I think are worth sharing.
Well, I will note that, like, you weren't wrong about the NI of the thing in some sense. Like, if you were to look at it from a NIFE media perspective or whatever, or NIFE perspective, and you were saying, forget the actual individuals involved, and let's just pretend it was generic YouTube guy visiting and generic guy being visited by YouTube guy, then I guess you'd be right, sort of, but it would be meaningless because it's never the case that generic guy visits generic guy. It's always the case that somebody visits somebody. And, you know, for me, this has been fascinating, interesting, and totally fun trip because it's like, oh, I didn't have any expectations, really. You know, here I am in Tucson, looking at these mountains, sitting at this pizza place. It's great. You know, I'm having a great time. But one could imagine if you were to plug in those universal filler circumstance, that interpretation you sent me, which was like I was boring yesterday and burdening you, would not necessarily have been wrong, but again, you could come up with other interpretations that a generic person might make as well. So, media NIFE, like, this is the sort of misinterpretation that Rachel sometimes has of me. She'll be like, well, because you need somebody who meows. I'm like, no. I don't. Why do you keep telling me what I need, you know? It's usually something that she can't provide, right? It's like, you need this thing that I can't provide. Where did you get the idea that I needed that? SIFE, on the other hand, is more like, you always forget to get me things when you go to this donut store. And you're like, I don't always forget that. I remembered yesterday and the day before that. I just forgot today. You always, you never. It's full of, oh, you always, you never, SIFE. Now let's go to the other page. NI value versus SI value in relationship. NI sees relationships as having capital and hypergamy. That is to say, the more dating capital you have, the more capacity you have to get somebody who's better, and therefore you should or will or something. I don't know. But the SI version of this is I'm invested in this one person. She's familiar to me. I have a lot of experience with her, it's positive experience, so that means she's the right person. Very different frame of reference. So like this is an example of when Rachel assumed some things that caused her to get distressed that she had no reason to assume because she was operating under her own NI frame of capital and hypergamy. You know? And she perceived me as having more dating capital, and that therefore she would be, in some capacity, holding me back or something. But I don't see it like that at all. But to me, you can always only choose one person, so dating capital is worthless. Thoughts?
Excuse me. Are you guys gonna be eating here?
If that's okay.
No, I was just making sure so we can bring it out to you on a flat plate there.
Alright, cool, thanks. What do you think about hypergamy? People talk about like MGTOW people talk about that.
Seems a natural tendency.
Do you think it's really women who hypergamize?
Well, that's what, you know, it's in the word. Hypergamy. You know, the other way would be
Guy pergamy. Dude pergamy? Why is hypergamy have the word chick in it? We're like, what about hypergamy makes it?
hyperandria, I think, or something like that.
Oh.
It's but
If you have both
the G
hypergamy,
indicates female, but the
you can't spell hypergamy without O-B-G-Y-N.
yeah,
You can. You don't need the O or the B. Now, if you had both dichogamy and hypergamy, then the hypergamy would go both directions because you could just change into the other gender.
that would sort of.
This isn't a pop, it's a twist off. Here's your water. It's for quenching your thirst. I don't know if you remember Horse on Board, but I articulated the other day important categories of SI to attend to avoid dying. One of them being thirst, one of them being hunger, one of them being hot and cold, one of them being sleepiness, and one of them being crotch-related matters. You are dealing with category 4 right now. Thirst, yeah.
And I asked, I left a comment asking what category cleanliness.
Coming? That's crotch-related matters.
Cleanliness. Like
Cleanliness. Oh, you mean
being washed.
AT filth? Yeah, that's probably a 6th category. And a 7th category would be addictions, like smoking, you know. That's an important one. You don't want to forego smoking too long, you get a little bit irritable.
Alright, it was the extra large thin crust plastic.
You also don't want to go too long without smoking weed or get irritable. Like, the reason Horse Mumber's a little bit irritable right now, because he hasn't smoked enough cigarettes. He doesn't really smoke cigarettes, so he's kind of permanently irritable. You think that's the reason why? He's just on a permanent nick fit?
I wouldn't describe myself as
Irritable?
irritable,
Neither
more
would I. I wouldn't
more
describe
like
you as irritable.
you know, disappointed I appear irritable instead of
You don't appear irritable.
interesting.
I just make random jokes. I don't actually mean to say you're irritable. What you are is, yeah, you are,
That was 52 cents. 20, 46.
you are like somebody asks you a question, and in your head, you read through a couple chapters of something before you feel like prepared to answer it. Which is to say, you just really like to think things out ahead of time.
Something like that.
You don't like impulsive answers. And you don't like answers that afford false assumptions credence either. I've noticed that. Like when I begin with the false assumption, ask you a question, you'll attack the frame, of course. The NTP thing. INTP even more maybe. They always want to collapse the frame. It's like, can we not mush this one out into relativism, please? That's another topic on my list here. What do you think about relativism? Are you a relativist?
I don't think so.
Are you more of a relativist morally or aesthetically? Is that a difficult question?
I'm bad at weighing things at all subjectively anyway. Something like that is just like I would have to think on it stupid long time or just
Or
fake
just
something.
come right out the gate and collapse the frame.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. You do have some INFP-like qualities. That's like,
Yeah.
getting you to just give me a straight answer to a simple question is a challenge sometimes because, in your mind, this question is not that simple. And the fact that I simplified the question has rendered it meaningless because it's no longer accounting for sufficient variables, I guess. Which is fair. I mean, it's correct, but, most people don't talk like this. Like, if I'm not precise enough, I mean, what a nightmare it must be listening to regular people talk.
It occurs to me that
Here you go, guys. Any cheese or pepper?
Do you want cheese or peppers?
please.
Yes,
Thank you.
Alright, and do you want your other root beer?
please. Yeah, I'll just take it with me. I probably won't finish this one. I can stop this video. It was a good video, though. Do you have any last words before we stop it?
don't forget to eat plenty of cheese.
Those are good words.